I mean, it kind of feels like that's what land law is these days. You either work for your entire life not to be able to afford a mortgage. Wouldn't it be easy if we could just suck off a king? I mean, it would just take the kind of like the pretense away from it. That's essentially what it is. In fact, fuck it, I'll say it right now. King Charles, if you're watching, if you give me a house in London, I will absolutely suck you off. Hello and welcome to Barry's Economics, a poor man's Gary's Economics, literally and metaphorically. Today I'm gonna just tell you a story I heard, which is a joke when I was a young comedian. I've never heard it since. I like it, and it's about wealth and how people come into land. Go onto somebody's land, somebody that's got a load of land, right? Start building a house, right? So you start building the house, the landowner would come over and like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Oh, I'm building a house. You seem to have plenty of land, so I'm gonna build a house on your land. No, you can't build a house on my land. This is my land. It's like, well, how did you get this land? Well, my father gave it to me. Well, obviously, yeah, inheritance. Probably was not taxed. But how did it come into your family? Oh, well, it's very interesting actually. My father's fathers fought in the Battle of Huntington for this very land. He fought for this land, and he got it that way. Fantastic. That's great to know. So I will fight you for it now. How about that? And I like the story because it makes it clear that the land rights is just like at some point in the past, there's been an arbitrary, right, this will be somebody's land, or it's somebody else's that's got loads, or a king that's just passed it over to somebody else that's done him a favour, sucked him off or something. Well, actually, you know what? At some point, if you've got land, somebody in your history has sucked off a king. And, fair play, but I don't think that warrants you having a huge amount of land in perpetuity, does it? I mean, it kind of feels like that's what land law is these days. You either work for your entire life not to be able to afford a mortgage. Wouldn't it be easy if we could just suck off a king? I mean, it would just take the kind of like the pretense away from it. That's essentially what it is. In fact, fuck it, I'll say it right now. King Charles, if you're watching, if you give me a house in London, I will absolutely suck you off. I'm not that way inclined, but for 5 minutes of discomfort, awkwardness, I would absolutely, property in London, it'd be great. I'd actually have a place to live. At the moment, I live above my comedy club with a 27-year-old comedian that's always fucking. Lovely guy, but horny as hell. And let's just say it's not the vibe I thought I'd be living in my 40s. So yeah, you've heard me, King Charles. If you want to get sucked off for a bit of a house, not a bit of a house actually, and a house. This is your offer. As I said, this is a poor man's Gary's Economics. I don't think you'll ever hear Gary offering to suck off a king. But how did I get here? It's a question I ask myself a lot. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you know King Charles, let him know. I should probably draw a line about like what size of property I'm willing to suck off a king for. I think if it was a bedsit in Walthamstow, would I? Bedsit in Peckham, I suppose I would. Right, anyway, thanks for watching. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the story, if not the kind of sickening outcome. All right, thanks.